Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it's Saturday, and you know what that means here on the channel. It's time for weekly purchases, the time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course that old outlaw, that old great friend of the channel, that old outlaw, Waylon Jennings. It is weekly purchases, and of course we also talk the action figure news of the week. We put it all together with the purchases, we wrap it up in a ball, and we call it weekly purchases. So welcome back to the channel. Busy week on the channel, as we always recap the channel at the beginning of this video every week. What you guys maybe saw or what you guys possibly missed, so you can go back and check them out. A lot of videos on the channel this week as usual. AEW Unmatched Series 3, the Dark Order set. We reviewed that whole thing. We had the rankings video this week on the channel, so check it out. Very good set from AEW this go around here. Jack's Classic Superstars rolls on every Tuesday. We're right in the thick of Jack's Deluxe Classic Superstars, and we'll have another Jack's Deluxe Classic Superstars video next week. So make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that fun stuff everybody asks you to. Help the channel out, give it the old thumbs up. Give a thumbs up to this video while you're here right now. Just go ahead and do it. But there it is. Hot off the figure hunt. We'll talk a little bit more figure hunt here in a little bit, but big time figure hunt week this week, and to my surprise, I found the May 2023 Star Wars Black Series figures early in Nebraska. I was traveling Nebraska, came across these. I was absolutely shocked. It was all captured on video in my figure hunt, so check that out. But we opened up Omega, the Client, Ahsoka, Death Watch, Mandalorian, and of course Echo from the Bad Batch. So a trip into the future, went into a wormhole, and out came with some new Black Series figures that aren't supposed to be released for about a year and a half. I don't think that's going to stick, but that's what they're saying. So there it is. So a glimpse into the future with some Star Wars reviews. You guys know we love Star Wars reviews on the channel. Don't forget the great Star Wars year of 2021. So there's that. We also did Jerry the King Lawler Top 5. You guys love the top 5s, the top 10s, a Thursday tradition on the channel as well. Jerry Lawler Top 5. Hey, once we hit every 1,000 milestone on the channel of subscribers, we're going to do a top 10. And I'm leaning towards, maybe you guys can help sway me. It sounds there's a lot of people that want a top 10 Rey Mysterio, a lot of people that want a top 10 Jeff Hardy. I figure it'll maybe be between those two. We got, I don't know, 500 subscribers to go until we get there, some give or take. But we'll get there, and we'll probably do one of those two. We'll see what happens, so stay tuned for all that. We also unboxed Gallows and Anderson, the old Good Brothers, Super 7 figures, to a little bit of a mixed result. I liked Doc Gallows a heck of a lot more than Carl Anderson's figure. But check those out if you're on the fence, if you're thinking about ordering them. Big Bad Toy Store shipping those right now, as well as Brian Myers, Matt Cardona. If you want any of those Super 7 Ultimates, Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. As I always say, support the channel every time you buy via my link in the description below. So there you go. Flying Fist He-Man, we unboxed that one. Probably the first hot garbage He-Man figure that we've unboxed on the channel from the Origins line. Some quality issues, I guess, is what makes that hot garbage. It started off good. It just went south in a hurry. So check out that video if you missed that one. We unboxed Giant Donatello. It seems like Tuesday, Turtle Tuesday is a thing on the channel, kind of. It's unofficial right now, but I'm going to try to do a turtle video every Tuesday. We'll see how that works out. But the 15-inch Giant Donatello we unboxed on the channel this week. So if you're interested in those giant turtles, check that one out. We did a It's So Hard to Say Goodbye, a shocking So Hard to Say Goodbye. I don't think I've ever done a 180 spin on a collection this fast. FOMO doesn't usually get me. I'm usually a very thought out process of what I'm doing. This time, it caught me, and I did have to say goodbye to a collection. I went right all in to all right out almost immediately, and I think we've all been there before. So check out that video. I'd be interested to hear your comments on something you did that quick of a turnaround on. So check that one out. And then we did 2 toy hunting videos this week. If you guys saw middle of the week, we had a special video. A big toy show I talked about last Saturday on the channel. Went to a toy show and a one-day figure hunt. Brought old Squid Game Emma with me. And David Anderson was there. If you guys know David Anderson, he was there. And Demolition was there. No face paint, though. Demolition, what are you doing to me? You got to wear face paint no matter where you go. That's your thing. That's what you got to do. But we did have that figure hunting video, which was very good. And then we had the big Nebraska figure hunt video this week. As I've been saying, I'm on a road trip. I'm covering the whole Midwest, and I was in Nebraska this week for a few days. I actually ran into a lot of viewers, which is strange. I actually ran into 2 people out in the wild that recognized me, and we had a nice talk and everything else. So that was very cool to see people that watch the show in person. So thank you for that. But man, What a week on the Fig Hunt. It's always fun, new, exciting places you don't go to very often. You never know how the other half may live. And I had some sweet, sweet finds you're going to see later in weekly purchases, but you can see them live. Kyle finding them, Kyle tracking them down like a young dog, the bounty hunter. Tracking down what he needs out there in the wild. This week, coming up here, it looks like I'll be in Missouri, Kansas City area. Of course, Springfield, Missouri. I'll be in Springfield, I believe, Tuesday all day in Springfield, Missouri. If any of you Springfielders are around. We got a big store opening down there. I'll be a part of that. And of course, I'll be hitting the Walmarts of southern Missouri along the way. Not really sure if there's anything I'm on the lookout for right now besides, spoiler alert, Raphael Frankenstein. Still no sign in my area, so I'm on the lookout for that, but that's a Target thing, not a Walmart thing, at least as of right now. But I'm on the hunt for that one still. So we'll see, but a very, very fun figure hunt video this week from Nebraska. I recommend you check it out. A lot of good jokes in there, a lot of trouble, a lot of face paint, a lot of stuff going on in that video. So check it out if you are so inclined. So there it is. So there's what happened this week. We'll see what happens next week on weekly purchases. But let's get into some news. And we always start it off with wrestling news most of the time. That's no different this week. We're going to start with some wrestling news. Mattel reveals. We did a video last week, I believe last Saturday. Saturday night, I think it was, on the Mattel reveals. Some solid stuff. Got about a half-hour video. If you really want deep dive into those Mattel reveals, some of the Mattel items coming this summer from the WWE, check out that video for more in-depth. But we did leave off a couple of basics, so I figured we'd mention them now. Grand Metalik is getting a regular and chase version, as is Johnny Gargano, I believe. I believe Johnny for sure, maybe on Grand Metalik, but we didn't see those because they're currently not with the company, so they don't show those in those reveals on WWE.com. But we got those basics coming. I'm easily passing on the Johnny Gargano. That Grand Metalik's an interesting one. I'm going to see how it looks in person, but I might pick that up because you guys know Kyle. He's a sucker for what? Face paint, masks, big figures, hairy bipedal creatures. Some of those things I just can't pass up. And Grand Metalik in a mask, I might have to grab that one, so we'll see. But those did get talked about a little bit last week as well. Probably passes for most, I would have to imagine. We also saw from McFarlane, this is kind of wrestling, from the Princess Bride collection. You know McFarlane, he is a guy that gets the most out of his molds, more than anybody, really. Bloody versions is a thing with him. Hey, let's throw just a little blood splatter, same figure, bam, we got a new figure, we're going to get some more money. Got to get the most out of your molds, and they're doing that with the Princess Bride collection, throwing some blood, throwing different dresses on, and giving us Andre the Giant now with a cloak. It's very close to a cape, but it's a cloak. Cloak season is a very, we talk about cape season on the channel all the time. We've even dabbled in a little snuggie season. Cloak season is very, very short window, very end of September, early October is cloak season for those guys who don't know at home. Unless you're Cloak and Dagger from Marvel Comics, then it's year round. But Andre is getting a cloak and I believe a different head here. Man, this is cash grab all day long. I don't like this figure that much that I'm going to get two of them. I wish I would have had the cloak version to begin with, though. I'd maybe cut it around and make it a cape. Cape Andre, could that be a thing? Maybe. So some of you guys looking for more Princess Bride figures, hey, you're getting some repaints. God bless you, Todd McFarlane. You know what you're doing out there. So that's that from McFarlane. Then we saw Cella Toys release some kind of on-card images of Gangrel. Man, the retro wars are heating up. My new retros from Mattel have shipped. Not here today, but I think maybe Monday they're coming. So I guess that'll be a part of next week's weekly purchases. So we got Mattel back in the game, of course. We got Cella in the game. And then, of course, as we all know, Zombie Sailor is getting in the game eventually. Hopefully in the next month or so. Retro overload and these high prices are keeping a lot of people out where you got to pick and choose or pass altogether. It's going to be interesting what 2022 unfolds. It truly is the year of the retro for wrestling figures. But we did see Gangrel picks. Looks very good. I can't wait to get the zombies and we can do some comparisons at the table. Okay, what do we like better, Cella or Zombie? Do we like this better about this on this? You guys know how that goes. So we'll see. But the Gangrel does look pretty spot on. A little interested with the blood. I don't know. We'll see how it looks in person. But we got Gangrel coming from Cella. Then FTC came in extremely hot this week with some nice pictures of the Sandman. I don't know. If you can't say something nice, you probably shouldn't say something at all. But I don't know what they're doing here. I don't figure it out. I can't figure it out at all. Sandman, when we talk Jack's Ruthless Aggression, you guys know Kyle loves Jack's Ruthless Aggression. It's an all-timer for old Kyle out there. Absolutely love Jack's Ruthless Aggression. That Sandman figure is one of my favorite Ruthless Aggression figures. I think they nailed the head scan. Just a phenomenal, phenomenal figure. This is like a step back in time 20 years from that. This almost looks like an old Mego from the 70s. Parachute pants and the United States flag. It looks like that karate instructor from Napoleon Dynamite is what it looks like. And then just Sandman on there. I don't know. I'm going to have to pass on this. I just don't see whatever world I could pick this up. Interesting to have a smoking head scan with a cigarette in there. Obviously, these are adult collectibles. Mattel, AEW, they wouldn't do anything like that. But, man, this Sandman's rough. And this is something I really would like because I love the Sandman. I love ECW. I love old school ECW this is based off of. But, man, easy pass for me. But if you're picking it up, let me know in the comments. I'd be interested to know the reason why. So we got that. But then Zombie Sailor, back to the retro game. He came with a hot announcement that got my ears perked up. You guys know I love the Legion of Doom, the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animal. My favorite tag team of all time. He is coming out with retro versions, and it's my most famous version. I love the blue spikes, the blue paint. I love the red, very iconic. I love both of those, but I think gun to my head, I'm going old school black, silver spikes, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath music playing. It looks like that is what we are getting. I don't know when, maybe 2025 we'll get it. I'm not exactly sure, but I hope that one gets leapfrogged over some other people because, man, more LOD Road Warrior figures for me. I'll be a happy boy, so we'll see how that shakes out. All right, turning our attention away from wrestling into some miscellaneous figures here. Todd McFarlane coming in hot again. How much can he squeeze out of the Batman 66 lineup? We've got a lot. We've got the Surfer ones recently. We got Riddler, which was a welcome favorite, but we're getting some more repaints, getting the most out of your molds once again. We're getting the Riddler and Batman released with boxing gloves. That'll be a very interesting one. I just don't know if I'm going to pick it up. I didn't pick up the Surfing ones. I don't know if I can get these either, but we are getting Catwoman and Penguin. Those are two must-haves. So I got to think that's going to be the kind of circle of life of this. We'll get, King Tut next time, and then we're going to get a repaint of the Penguin with a different color or something. So it's a really interesting mix. Target exclusives at this time, as you guys are aware. I just don't know what to really think about this, but I know a lot of people are all in on it, so I know a lot of people are very happy. This truly is my Batman. This is where I was first introduced to Batman, so it does have a special place for me. I just don't know how deep I'm going to go in that line. I'm just going to wait till I see it on the pegs, make that decision there. So coming to a figure hunting video near you sooner than later. So there's that. And then I had the head-scratching moment, almost the meltdown moment of the week, as we got Star Wars Black Series fan channel exclusive announcement this week of Black Krrsantan from the Book of Boba Fett, from the comic books. And technically this is a comic book release. It just... oh, I love a hairy bipedal creature. You guys know that. I'm all in. I want a big old version of Black Krrsantan. But they're just basically had a Chewbacca figure, painted it black, said, here you go. Put a little spikes on him like a young LOD and said, this is it. I get it's comic book inspired. I get it's making the most of your molds. But man, this just looks like a cheap version of the characters, how this is. I think I haven't seen grumbling like this online in a long time. And even for me, that is pretty positive. This really hurts the heart. It just looks like Chewie in blackface is what this looks like. It just absolutely looks ridiculous. We always say vote with our wallets on this one. I don't know if I can pass up a hairy bipedal creature in the store, but I did not pre-order it. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't pre-order it. We'll see what happens, but man, we want a Book of Boba Fett version, and it's got to be somewhere in between the Wampa and the Chewbacca mold. I think we definitely need a new mold. It'd be interesting, what if they went the Wampa mold for this one? Would people be irate just in the same, oh, you just used the Wampa? I think this figure definitely needs a new mold. So I hope Hasbro gives that to us. The only bad thing is you're looking at a year from now. Who knows? The way Black Series distribution is, who knows when we would get a new one. But Black Krrsantan coming sometime later this year. Just the wind out from under me on that one. Just somebody pulled the rug. I just don't understand the Star Wars Black Series. The releases are all over the place. There's no consistency. There's different molds being reused. Some cheap money grabs a lot of people are coming back with as far as comments on. It's just a line that is just having a lot of difficulties, it seems, which is one of the most iconic and popular toy lines of all time. So they should be able to just go to market and be good, but I just think some of the corporate of it, saying we can make more money off this, use this mold and that, instead of giving us new molds, it could be the downfall. I don't know if there's ever going to be a downfall of Star Wars, but I've heard this week personally of a lot of people jumping out of their Black Series collection just because of the craziness of distribution, the craziest head-scratching of some of the characters they're coming out with when there's long characters we've wanted for a long, long time that are not getting any wind of coming out. I don't know. It's just a very, very weird time in the Star Wars Black Series line. No more so than me finding figures from May 2023 supposedly on the shelf this week and unboxing them on the channel. So interesting times in the Black Series. And speaking of Hasbro and Mattel a little bit, there was an article that went around on price increases this week. And you guys know on the channel, Weekly Purchases, we've been talking for well over a year about price increases. But they talked about the differences between Hasbro and Mattel. Mattel views people will keep buying at the pace they do, where Hasbro is of the thought process, hey, people aren't going to be buying as much. They're going to tailor back. I think it's somewhere in the middle, as everything usually is. Hasbro's right. I think there's a lot of people, they have so much Marvel Legend product, Star Wars product, G.I. Joe product. G.I. Joe is going to have a lot of figures this year. So they got a lot more product coming out. I think a lot of people that are buying everything are not going to be able anymore. So I think Hasbro's right on. Mattel is a little bit right, because at least for their boy action figure lines, I feel like Hasbro has a lot of crossover between G.I. Joe, Marvel, and some of the other lines, where Mattel, there's a lot of people that collect wrestling, but they don't have a lot of boy, let's call it boy lines outside of that. Yes, they got Jurassic Park and a few other things, but I don't know. People will slow down on wrestling, but there's not a lot of people that have always been all in on wrestling. G.I. Joe, there's people that have been all in from the get-go. Star Wars, all in from the get-go. Marvel Legends, all in from the get-go. I can see that side of the fence pulling back, and I think Hasbro's right there. Mattel, I'm not sure. We'll see. But as always, truth somewhere in the middle. But inflation is a real thing. It is getting worse and worse. Got to get a deal out there. That's why I've cut some things out of my line. We just saw That's So Hard to Say Goodbye. I have another That's So Hard to Say Goodbye film that I've had for like a month. I just haven't released it yet. So I got another thing leaving my collection. And I'm even, wheels are always spinning in old Kyle's head. And I got a lot going on in the back that you're going to find out a little bit more, hopefully in the future. Hopefully I include you guys in. But I'm thinking about a few things that I might get out of my collection. I mean, do I need a mid-on card set? Do I need a loose set of some things? We'll see what happens. There's a lot going on in the inner workings of the channel right now, and I just can't say much more than that, but we'll just leave it at that. But there is a Patreon coming. Be ready for that March 1st. We've been Easter egging that out the last few weeks, so there's going to be more content on there. It should be a good one. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. Of course, you guys know all those places. But make sure you follow along. There's going to be some very interesting things that you guys are going to enjoy. I know I'm going to enjoy coming up very, very soon. If you guys ever thought I was crazy in my action figure purchases, I'm going to take that to another level sooner than later. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. There it is. And then Marvel, G.I. Joe, both doing live streams next week from Hasbro. Those are always fun events. We should get some new figure revealed. We'll see. Probably some pre-orders, I would have to imagine, as well. So we do got some of that going on. And then the final news piece, as I'm looking at my list right here, Funko coming back with Iron Maiden. A lot of Iron Maiden Funko stuff coming out. I've been all in so far. I'm not sure if it's time to jump out, but we saw the Power Slave album, much like we saw the Motorhead album, and they did AC/DC. I think they did Guns N' Roses, a few other ones. But we're getting Power Slave with the Power Slave pop of Eddie as well. Very, very cool. I'm just not sure if I'm going to do this. How deep is this going to go? I'm not a big pop guy. I like my Lemmy pops. I like my heavy metal pops, but that's about it. But we'll see. I might pick this up. I might not. I'm still undecided. But for you Iron Maiden fans out there, oh, baby, there it is. Another Iron Maiden pop coming your way. Now we get down to Album of the Week, and once again, Kyle was busy this week. I've had the busiest 2 weeks that would make a lot of people cry. There was 2 nights this week. I slept 2 hours one night and 4 hours the other night. It has been busy in my regular day job, traveling all over the place, all kinds of stuff. So it's been a very, very busy week. So I unfortunately have been on the phone pretty much nonstop around the clock the last 2 weeks. So I didn't get to really listen to a lot of stuff, but as the world goes and albums are still here, but singles have really, with the digital streaming and stuff, has really taken over, and I hate it. But we had some new singles released this week, and I did listen to those too. Amon Amarth, one of my favorite bands. I love some Viking metal, of course. Got Viking blood in me. I got to listen to some of that. Put Your Back Into the Ore is the song. Is there a more Amon Amarth title than Put Your Back Into the Ore? But they released that from their upcoming album this week. Mixed results. It was okay. It had some good spots in it, I thought, that were pretty good. Maybe it's just a little bit too Viking for me. I don't know, but they've got some great stuff over the years, so I'm always going to give them a chance, and I'll give their album a chance when it comes out here in a couple months. And then, of course, you guys know my love of Night Demon. I wear their shirts all the time. One of my favorite metal bands going today. They've got a new album, Year of the Demon, which is basically all their singles and COVID stuff all put into one album, which I think is a fabulous idea. They did release the single this week. The Sun Goes Down. It is a Thin Lizzy cover if you love Phil Lynott and the boys of Thin Lizzy, which you should. One of the most underrated bands of all time is Thin Lizzy. They have a cover version for a Thin Lizzy tribute album back in the day. Now this is going to be on that album as well, as they piece together a bunch of different singles and stuff. So check that Night Demon out. The Sun Goes Down, Thin Lizzy cover. You can't go wrong with Night Demon. My favorite. Follow them on social media for sure, and tell them Kyle sent you. There you go. There you go. So Night Demon, album of the week, single of the week, whatever we're going to call it at this point. So there it is. That's all the news of the week. Let's get into it. Let's get into the weekly purchases. All right, guys, let's get down to it. Let's get down to the weekly purchases here. We got a lot of stuff that I found at the toy show, hunt video, and then, of course, the Nebraska hunt video. So you're going to see some of that stuff, plus a few other surprises this week. So let's get into it. Without further ado, let's look at the weekly purchases. First thing I want to talk about, what is it? Good Hand Design sent me this. I got a little bit of a prototype to test out and give my feedback on, and this is something you guys are all going to be interested in because I hear it every day. I've been saying it every day for about 2 years now. AEW, Jazzwares, Ringside, I don't care who makes them. Where are our stands for AEW figures? I'm working on my display tour, of course. We do it every year. I'm hoping to do it in March, but there may be a reason it is delayed. It's going to be pretty cool if that is the case, but just stay tuned. Stay tuned, that's what I'm going to say. AEW stands we've been needing forever. Well, Good Hand Designs sent me some prototypes, wanted my feedback on them, and I did get those this week. So I've been testing these bad boys out. One is very thick, one is a little bit thinner. I personally prefer the thinner version. I just think it looks better, but at the same time, thicker versions are nice because if you have a heavy figure, let's say we have a big old monster AEW figure, he could be a little bit top heavy. But how cool is it to be able to see your AEW figures just stand up? So these prototypes are good. I would take either version. I gave my opinion on some color choices and stuff. They've got some ideas of what they want to do. So stay tuned. Once I hear more, once these go up for sale, hopefully I can let some people know. And we'll see. I don't know if we're going to get official ones anytime soon. It's really ridiculous at this point. We haven't got them. But I understand plastic is very hard to get. My industry right now, I know we're about a year out from stuff we need. So I got to think somewhere in the process there. But very, very cool to get stands for your AEW Jazzwares figure. I know a lot of you guys out there are looking for those, myself included. So the sooner those get to the market, the better. But I wanted to say a big thanks for that. So thank you. And let's see what else. We got a few other things here. Here's another one I absolutely love. You guys remember a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, Grizzly Bear Customs on Instagram. Give them a follow. They hooked me up. I bought, but they hooked me up with the LOD LJN inspired figures. You guys know I'm not a big custom guy. I'm really not. But there's a few things that catch my eye once in a blue moon, and this was one of them. The LODs that I got from him. Well, they came back. They had another one. Said, Kyle, I know you were interested in this. Do you want to pick these up? And I could not pass once again. I love the LOD so much. We got the very famous Zubaz commercial print ads version of the LOD. You guys know I love the LOD. You know I love Zubaz. I wear them to my work every day. No, I don't. Never owned a pair in my life, but it sounded good at the time. But beautiful. Hawk, animal. I'm all in. You guys know me. Nothing like the Road Warriors for me. So I got these two this week. How cool, how fun, how niche, how really crazy are these with the old Zubaz pants. Absolutely love the LOD. So got those through the door this week as well. So thank you, Grizzly Bear Customs, once again. So we got those going. I did get, finally, and Michael's Craft Store, you guys all have one, or you go on Amazon and probably find this as well. I did get this little eagle here. And who is this eagle for? Of course it is for Peacemaker. You guys saw I got Peacemaker. I was looking for an eagle, and that one fit pretty good, I'd say. That fits size-wise very well. I also talked about a couple weeks ago, I was going to do the little custom, once again, custom again. I popped the Peacemaker head that came off, and I used the Hollywood John Cena head on this one. So I gave that little swap. Makes this figure a heck of a lot better. Now you got Eagly with him, and now the Peacemaker is keeping the peace. And season finale was this week, if you're following along on the Peacemaker. The best thing John Cena's ever done, including wrestling. I enjoyed the Peacemaker, and I'm not the biggest John Cena wrestling fan. I mean, I respect him. He is what he is, but he was for people a little bit younger than me is how I see it. But Peacemaker and Eagly, we'll call that Eagly, through the door this week. Marvel Legends, Hasbro Pulse. I totally forgot I ordered these a million years ago, it seems like. But we got the Skrulls Got 2 Skrull army builders. I have the Super Skrull. I have another Skrull already. I didn't need to go wild. I figured 2 was enough for me, and that's what I bought. So I got 2 Skrulls this week right there. And then they came in hot once again as I got the Shield agents. I got 4 Shield agents here. I thought that was good enough for me as well. So the agents of Shield through the door. So there is that. So I was happy to get those from Hasbro Pulse. I'm sure some of you guys got those as well. And then if you were watching along on the Toy Hunt channel video that we had where we hit the toy show, I did pick these up this week. I was shocked to see these at my local toy store. Found the Mummy, found the Wolfman, old Boris Karloff, and Lon Chaney Jr. Very happy to get the NECA Universal Monsters. You guys know I am a Universal Monsters guy. I got a pair for my dad as well, as he is collecting this line. He's all in. He's the one that got me into the Universal Monsters as like a kindergartner back in the day. So I got both of these. Can't wait to unbox these on the channel. Gonna be fun. I should have my dad on and have him unbox them with me, and we can tell long tales of Lon Chaney and Boris Karloff from the old days. We'll see. Maybe I'll ask my dad, see what he's up to, see if he can make it. We did talk earlier about Star Wars, of course. How about the Lucy portion of the weekly purchases here? Remember back at the beginning, for some of you longtime viewers that watch weekly purchases, we used to have crazy Lucy versions of weekly purchases as I was working hard to complete my Jack's Ruthless Aggression collection. And that's exactly what we did. We had Lucy after Lucy after Lucy. Well, this week harkens back to that time, as I have a lot of Lucys in this video, so stay tuned. But we got Omega, of course. We've got Ahsoka, Tano from The Mandalorian, Bad Batch here. These are the ones from the future. They came through a time hole. We got the Mandalorian Death Watch, a fabulous figure. Absolutely love this Death Watch Mandalorian. Very, very cool. His antenna does go down. That was a comment I had in the video. It would not move at the time. It is very tough on mine, so be very careful. Nothing worse than breaking something like that off, but it does move. The Client, of course, and Echo were the final 2. So if you like these new Star Wars figures, you want to check them out. I think I'm the first unboxing on YouTube of these, so very cool to be first on something like this. The Black Series figures through the door this week, as I found them in Nebraska. As I said, a lot of people thought, oh, Kyle got the hookup. Kyle got those for free. Guess what? Kyle didn't get anything for free. I've told you guys that. I don't get them for free. All right, we keep going, and I say I'm not a custom guy, but I keep lying to everyone here, because apparently I am a custom guy. We had Eagly, we had Peacemaker, we had the LOD Road Warriors. Now we got Roddy Piper. I got one of these really cheap loose. I got some plans for a custom. Stay tuned for that. So I got Roddy Piper Legends loose. That's the way to do it. Then I went to that toy show I said, and I found some stuff. I did get Big Rob Terry. You guys know I have almost a deluxe classic, or not deluxe classic, but deluxe aggression Jack's figure collection. I'm missing a few, and some of in the TNA ones as well. There's a few I'm missing, and this version of Rob Terry was one of the ones I was missing. So I found him at the toy show. I said, oh, now's the time. Pick him up in person, save some money. That's exactly what I did. I also picked up a basic. You guys know I dabble in basics. A lot of basics of characters that never got to an elite, and that's the first incarnation of Emma. I ended up picking her up this week because I didn't have that one. I got the other one, the later version of Emma in the WWE. I just didn't have that one, so I went with that, and that's what we did this week. And then I hit the gold mine. As I talked about, and you saw in the video, Demolition was at my local toy store. And they were signing autographs and all that kind of stuff. But they had sales going on. And they had a huge bin of loose wrestling figures. And they were all 99 cents each. I'm like, my ears perked up, said 99 cents. Usually that's going to be broken figures, scuffed up figures, hot garbage figures. There was some of that, of course. But there was also some good deals in there. And as I always say, gotta get a deal. So I jumped in at 99 cents. Had to pick some of these guys up. We got old Shane Douglas, ECW, OSFTM for $1. You can't beat that price for $1, and the action still works on him, so very cool. I picked that one up. Got Tommy Dreamer, Jack's Ruthless Aggression. I've really wanted to do a top 5 Tommy Dreamer. We'll do it one day on the channel, as he's got some sleeper figures and some hot garbage figures. This is one of my favorite Ruthless Aggression figures of Tommy Dreamer. I mean, he just looks like he stepped right out of ECW. 99 cents, could not pass that up, even though I already have it. I'm not sure what I'll do with it, but we'll see. How about Jack's Classic Superstars Draws? Now, I already have this Draws, but once again, a Classic Superstars, a deep cut character we never got an Elite from. He fits really good in your Attitude Era Elite shelf. If you're collecting Mattels, I think this is a sleeper figure from the Classics line, and that's old Draws right here for 99 cents. I'm picking that up all day long. And then from the Best of WCW line, always a favorite of mine, a little big in the head department, but Lionheart Chris Jericho. Could not pass him up for 99 cents either, so I picked that up. Then we got another Jakks Classic Superstars. Couldn't pass it up. 1-2-3 Kid. There he is in all of his glory. Got him for the Classic Superstars, 99 cents once again. Then we got Wildcat Chris Harris from the TNA Marvel line. I thought this figure looked pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the Toy Biz TNA line. It's just not a line I ever resonated with me. It's just not one I like. But for 99 cents, I said, what the heck? I could probably always sell him for $5 and get my money back plus some. So we'll see. But I did pick him up from the old America's Most Wanted, old Wildcat Chris Harris. Then I got a Mattel Basic that just looked really clean. I know it's an older version of a Basic, but it's Chris Jericho. A little bit of a plain Jane Chris Jericho, but I picked him up. 99 cents. Can't go wrong. Once again, you can't go wrong. 99 cents on a good condition wrestling figure. No loose joints, that kind of stuff. And then the biggest surprise, and one I've been playing the long game on. This is when the long game really makes you feel good, because I was prepared to pay, $20, $30, whatever it might be down the line. But I ended up getting 2 of them. Can you believe this? So from the Jakks Legends of the Ring line, the line that replaced Classic Superstars, and we're going to do a video on that one here in the future, so be prepared for that. But I got Jeff Jarrett, old Double J, 99 cents on the Jeff Jarrett, old school NWA version of Jeff Jarrett. How cool is this? A lot of people don't know this figure exists. Anyways, they had 2 of them in the bin, 2 of them for 99 cents each. I could not pass up Jeff Jarrett for 99 cents, especially when I needed loose. I haven't been on card one, but I needed a loose version of this. So I was very, very happy to get this Jeff Jarrett figure. Got to get a deal out there, and not a better deal than 99 cents for a loose figure. So I got some of that going on this week. So there's round 1 of weekly purchases. Let's circle back with round 2. All right, let's kick off round 2 of weekly purchases, and this is more of the inbox part of weekly purchases, where we had loosies at the beginning, inbox on the back half. But this week, via Walmart, I finally got my first WWE Superstars figure. Got to say, I was a little disappointed. They are both unpunched. I don't even have the other one here. It's over at my little picture station. But they, unfortunately, the Honky Tonk Man, the one I got, is falling off the card. It is bent, just an absolute mess. This one is really not much better, unfortunately. Big bent corner here, big crease in the back. I don't know, very, very disappointed. I'm not sure. I'm thinking about going on card set here. I just don't know if I'm up for the challenge. I want minty versions. Of course, going to have a loose set, but we'll see. I'm not sure what the distribution is. I can't trust Walmart to send me absolute mint figures. So I don't know, and I got to get them unpunched if I'm going to have them mint. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do, but we got the Honky Tonk Man at least. So the start of these, Ric Flair, Bray Wyatt, Hulk Hogan, your guess is as good as mine when they're going to show up. So we'll just have to, I guess, play the old waiting game. But Honky Tonk Man through the door ×2 this week. You saw me find this at a toy shop. Toys from the Past in Lincoln, Nebraska, very famous. I think they did an Amazon, the toy stores that made us or something like that. So check that out. But I was in that store this week, and I found Eddie Iron Maiden Power Slave Edition. I, for whatever reason, never found this one before, and I saw it, and I said I had to jump on this immediately. So I got old Eddie as part of my Neca collection. I keep all these in box. Part of me's thinking about opening all these. I don't know. I got to give it a little bit more thought there. But Iron Maiden through the door. It's been a very Iron Maiden-centric episode here today. How about, I saw this on that Figure Hunt, Nebraska. Walked in a Walmart in Omaha, just hanging on the shelf. Rowdy Roddy Piper. You guys know me. I don't know if I've ever not been able to find something at the store. I've always come across it eventually. I got this from a viewer. We did a trade for an Ultimate Warrior Masters of WWE Universe figures. That's how I got my Piper that we reviewed on the channel. But still inside me, I said, Kyle, you got to be able to find it in the store. You got to be able to cross it off your list to say you did find it. It's exactly what I did. I found this one. I couldn't pass up this Piper. Not sure what I'm going to do with this yet. I have a feeling these are swimming somewhere. We're going to see a ton of these on the pegs. It's just taking time for whatever reason. So I don't think this is going to be worth a fortune in the future. So I think I'm just going to keep it. I might even use it for a custom down the line. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do with this Piper, but I was just happy to get him in the store and see him and all that fun stuff, so I picked him up. Target Online, $9.99, got to get a deal clearance. I've been buying these Jurassic Park figures, and I really don't even know Jurassic Park. I've seen maybe the first movie, maybe the second, I can't even remember. But they're just kind of in scale for your Legends, a little bit in scale with all the toy lines I collect. I figure I might be able to get use out of these somewhere else. Maybe we'll do a big Jurassic Park figure unboxing on the channel one of these days and just kind of look at them real quick. But I might use some for wrestling crowd members. I might use some in a Turtle display. I might use some in Marvel Legends display. Might use some in G.I. Joe. You never know. I mean, this almost looks like it could be a G.I. Joe character of some kind. And customizer's dream right there. But $9.99, Target.com might still be there. Check that out if you are so inclined. We got 3 things left. Now, this is an interesting one. This one's been sweeping the nation on eBay. If you've been on eBay and you're collecting AEW Jazzwares figures, well, we've seen a lot of figures come up for about $60. Not a bad price point, and I pulled the trigger on one just to say, for science, I'm going to grab this. But what is it? Sting, Unmatched Series 2 Collection Sting, but this is the Chase version of Sting. However, it does not have the sticker on it, and however, it does not have the red on the packaging. So it's in the regular Sting package, but it is the Chase figure. So it borderline counts. It is the figure. It's probably a factory, you know, somebody slips some off to the side, decided to sell them on eBay, that whole thing. We've seen it before. So it doesn't officially count, but it's cool enough to count in my eyes. And for $60, you know, you're just about double, a little over double the price of a normal figure. Not a bad deal. You guys know I love face paint. I love Sting. So maybe I'll find the regular one eventually. Maybe I won't, but this is good enough for me. I thought that was cool. Thought it was worth checking out. Quality, everything looks the same. So I guess if you're in that same boat, you want one loose especially, that might not be a bad idea for you on eBay. But, you know, be careful. You just never know what you're going to get on eBay as usual. But I ended up getting mine. Took about a week from China or whatever it was. Can't complain. I can't complain about it for the price. So there you go. Now business is really picking up. We got 2 things left in weekly purchases this week. I saw this on Amazon and pulled the trigger, and it was here the next day. I think $22. Spawn Line Soul Crusher. Now, a guy I am not familiar with. I was planning on passing on this one, and then I saw it pop up on Amazon shipping next day. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy this. And I had a gift card in there, so it's kind of like I got this for free. So I ended up getting Soul Crusher this week. But the big one on Amazon that I was excited about, this was a great surprise for Kyle when he came through the door from Nebraska. This was waiting on his doorstep, and I can't wait to unbox this. You guys know we'll unbox this week on the channel. Big figure, oh yeah. Hairy bipedal creature, oh yeah. It's my boy Cygor. Look at that big mechanical gorilla. Man, I'm all in on this. This is exactly, it's like it was dedicated to Kyle. This is what Kyle wants in an action figure. I can't wait to get bad boy Cygor out of the package this week. Just a tremendous, tremendous looking figure. We'll see how the quality is. Every once in a while, you never know what you're going to get. But I love a big McFarlane figure. Cygor, he fits the bill across the board. Big monkey gorilla with mechanical robot parts. Oh, man. And a favorite of mine of the old 90s Spawn line back in the day, Cygor. I had all the repaints, all the versions way back in the day. So I'm happy to have this one here. And I said that was it, but guess what? Kyle's a liar. You said that, watch my toy hunt. You said, oh, there's more. And there is. There's 2 more. I did finally this week, Royal Rumble Earthquake. There he is, old John Tenta, Earthquake Royal Rumble figure. And then Yokozuna as well. You guys know that was one of my main goals on the figure hunt this week. I already found Big E a few weeks ago. I needed Dakota Kai, needed Earthquake, needed Yokozuna, and I said, Nebraska, I'm coming for you. I think I found 5 Yokozunas, 2 Earthquakes, 0 Dakota Kais, and about 10 Big E's this week. Whoa, stop the clock. I got to break in with some news, some late breaking news after I filmed weekly purchases. We had a couple announcements, toy announcements. Super 7 Ultimates Papa Emeritus number 2. Well, I guess not officially number 2, but the number 2 figure. This is our second Ultimate Ghost figure. I gotta say, I'm all in on this one. Give me more heavy metal rock musicians in the Super 7 Ultimate treatment. Very cool. This one, it'll be up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, as you guys always know. Speaking of Big Bad Toy Store, link in the description below. We're also getting, I talked about it this week, how fitting on Tuesday's Turtle video, the 15-inch giant Donatello we unboxed. Well, they've officially announced Leonardo shipping this fall. He will be up for pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store as well. And then finally, I hit the mailbox right after I filmed weekly purchases. What did I get in the mail? I got something special in the mail today. I got a gift from good brother Jeremy, old Screamy out there. He hooked me up with Dakota Kai. I was missing Dakota Kai. Very, very happy, very appreciative to get Dakota Kai completing my Royal Rumble set. So thank you. Back to weekly purchases. So Dakota Kai, still the white whale. Hopefully I get her very, very soon, as we'll probably start unboxing these guys on the channel this week. We'll do a video for each one, Then we're going to do a build the Jimmy Hart one. We'll take a look at Jimmy Hart, and then we'll do the rankings as well in that video. So stay tuned to that one. And as usual, stay tuned to the channel. Your best way is to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a big old thumbs up. Follow me on social media at SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson, and of course, ProWrestlingTees.com. Support the channel, search Kyle Peterson. So a lot of stuff coming through the door this week, a lot of stuff going on in the world. You're going to see a lot more of it here in the weeks to come. I got to tell you guys, what you love about my channel, you're going to love this to the next degree. This is going to be an all-timer. We'll probably do a lot of videos. We'll just see. I'm just going to dangle that carrot. And like I said, stay tuned. Patreon coming. Best way to support the channel at the end of the day. I know it's not for everybody. It's not, please give me your money, anything like that. I'm not like that. But if you want to support and you want to give me $1 a month or something, we'll talk about that here in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that. Much more to come and some very, very exciting stuff to come. So stay tuned as usual. So there it is. You guys know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend. I'll see you guys all real soon.